If you want to start running a 7-figure company, right, making $83,000 cash collected every single month from now, then you need to listen to the 17 steps I'm going to explain you in this video, because the steps that I will explain is completely the process that I've walked in order to get to the point where I'm making $83,000 cash collected every single month, right? With a 7-figure run rate. I'm going to explain you the 17 steps. I'm going to give you the exact scripts. I'm going to give you the exact processes. I give you all the documents. I give you 6 different documents within this video so you can make sure that you can replicate and build the entire framework for yourself so you can finally start succeeding and making a lot of money. Because the only way that is holding you back at the moment from making a lot of money is probably your fulfillment process. There are a lot of more things. I'm going to explain you the lead generation processes that I run, the fulfillment that we run, how I improve my product, how long it took me, the trips that I made last year, and how I basically made the right decisions to be able to get to the point where I'm at now. So let's dive into the first step. And the first step is basically what solutions can you bring to the market and what problems can you actually solve. I want you to write down, whenever you're in this position right now, most of the people will be further in the process. Whenever you're in the position you're starting, I want you to realize that I want you to write down all the things that you are skilled in, right? All the solutions, all the problems basically that you have solved in the past for other people or for yourself. I want you to write them down, and I want you to get completely clear on not what you like to deliver, but what you actually can deliver. Because if you are going to do things that you can deliver, you won't build a sustainable business, and this will not be effective for you at the moment, right? The second step, picking the right niche. Riches are in the niches, right? Create market dominance. Your main goal is to achieve market dominance. I'm dominating my market right now. There are a couple people that are bigger than me. 95% of the people that are operating in the market that I'm operating in are smaller than me, right? And that sets me in a great position in the market. That's why I'm capable of running this product, right? I made an entire process for you where you're capable of getting to understand of exactly how that niche nurturing process works, right? Because these exact steps allowed me to find my ideal client and niche down to a perfect position where I'm capable of creating that market dominance, right? The only way you can create market dominance if you niche down, focus on solving a specific problem, and start targeting the people that need that exact specific problem so you can start charging more money. I went through this entire process, and this is the exact process that helped me get to niche down. So that is a very important thing that a lot of people don't understand. The third step, I started my YouTube channel. I started creating content assets, right? I started solving people's problems for completely free. So as you can see here, my first videos was, I think, 11 months ago, 12 months ago, just a year, I think. Yes, exactly. So like just a year ago, I launched my first video, and I did that based on the appointment setting experience I already had, right? I started solving people's problems for free. I started generating topics, looking at how the market was moving, looking at how the clients were operating in the business I worked in with. And I started creating topics around how I could start solving people's problems for free, because I know a year ago, a lot of people have problems with appointment setting. It's still to the day today that people have a lot of problems with appointment setting. They just don't understand how to build multiple lead generation processes for them to be able to actually build a sustainable business, right? They have so much trouble with generating the right attention, with converting the right attention, booking consistent appointments, and that is exactly what we help you with, because we are capable of building that entire process for you, right? We have such insane lead generation processes for you to make it easy, right? A done for you process combined with a one-on-one consulting process from our end, right? To be able to make sure that you actually have a consistent lead generation process. Because if you don't make sales, if you have white space on the calendar, you don't have a business. It's very simple. What I do in all these videos is I start solving people's problems for completely free, right? The videos that I leverage here are content assets, right? Content assets framed in a certain way, same like this video, for you to be able to get an understanding of how you can start solving your problems. And that is a very important thing that I want you to understand, because this is exactly what allows me to get my first client. I got my first 3K paid in full client from YouTube Organic after 3 videos. It was a very easy close, right? Understand your first client is it's an amazing feeling, right? And I didn't have a product yet, right? I had experience, but I didn't have an outline. I didn't have a mechanism, right? But it's impossible to have a mechanism to have a product, right? You need to first get clients in so you can actually start building a product, so you can ask feedback and innovate that product, right? You won't understand how much time I spent this year completely on building a product, completely on innovating the product. It's unbelievable. I can guarantee there may be a couple people in the market. I can guarantee that I'm one of the people that spend the most amount of time on refining and optimizing the product this year completely, right? The amount of time that I spend on innovating the product is so much that you almost wouldn't believe it. And the reason why is because people don't care about the product in the first place. They think you can build a great product in 2 months, right? That is impossible. I want you to understand that building a great product takes a lot of fucking time, right? I hired an appointment setter. I wanted to create more leverage. I wanted to create more traction. I know how to hire an appointment setter because I was an appointment setter myself, so I could train that person, right? He did 150 DMs per day, and he booked me consistent calls. And the beauty was, the reason why my closing rate was good, because we leveraged these content assets that I already built on my YouTube to be able to warm up prospects. That is what my growth specialist, my setter at that moment, did, right? I closed my first 6 clients at 3K each. I made 18 grand. And that is crazy to think about. It's a very valuable process because that is a big thing that allowed me to make that money, right? We leverage this script, right? This script till the day of today is extremely fucking powerful, right? It's the most basic opener ever, but it works because it creates curiosity, right? And we just went through the entire process of actually funneling down people. This is what my setter leveraged, right? The follow-up procedure, right? I have the entire process here. Whenever you want all these documents, guys, I can send it all to you guys. I give it all for free. From this process, we got so many qualified sales calls. We got so many clients, right? Ultimately, whenever you leverage this, it's an entire process, and it's a very, very valuable process. That is the step that we did after that, right? Leveraging a setter. So I started creating more leverage for myself, and it started going way easier. Step 5. My first trip to Portugal, it was fucking insane. This is a very important thing that I normally don't talk about, but that I want you to realize. Start traveling when you start making some money, right? When you start making some money, start traveling. That is the best thing that you can ever do, and it was the best thing that I'd ever did, right? I started traveling here. I started realizing that I hit my goals basically because I wanted to travel. I wanted to go to sick villas. I wanted to travel the world, right? We had the most fun experience together with our friends. We did a lot of fun stuff. Like the amount of experience that I gained while traveling was insane. And right now I'm in Dubai, and I'm setting up the company with this guy you see in the picture here. We're setting up our company right now here in Dubai a year later. It's fucking insane. And the experience that you will get from traveling is a different type of experience that you get from building a proper business, and it helps you build a business because the amount of clients that I get from networking, I think I got an extra 10K clients, 10K. I got an extra 10 clients this year only from networking, getting people to know there, getting people to know there. These people know these people, right? The amount of network that you build up and opportunity you get is from a different level because you get so many free opportunities. You get so many discounts. And that is what's so valuable about networking and surrounding yourself with the right people, right? It's a basic thing, but most people don't do it and don't understand how to do it. Right now I'm in a position where I have friends making 100, making 1 million per month, right? And the reason why is because I'm capable of positioning myself in that way right now, right? I have certain status within the market. When you start making more money, when you start getting better client results, when you start innovating and like improving yourself, like growing to the top of the market, right? You start attracting different people. You start building certain connections with certain people. Will go way easier. It's a different level of communication than when you start out, right? But people that don't are in a lower position of status, right, at this point, are not capable of seeing that role. Kind of, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but you realize it when you start building a proper business and when you start innovating, when you start improving, when you start building connections. Step 6, I structured the fulfillment by asking feedback from my current clients. I started innovating the product, right? Program V1. What I did here is I started actually structuring the process, right? I got some clients in, right? I would definitely recommend get 5 to 10 clients in, then start restructuring your product because that is basically where you make the change. You can ask feedback, you can improve your mechanism so you're capable of delivering the next client an even better result, right? Step 7 was I skilled the outbound process. I hired another appointment setter. So I had 2 people doing 300 appointments per day for me. We were booking a lot of appointments. Although not everybody was qualified, we were booking consistent appointments at that point. I figured it completely out, right? I started uploading consistently on YouTube, right? I started consistently leveraging the outbound process. I created leverage for myself. And that put me in a position where I was capable of organically growing because I networked, I did my YouTube stuff, as well as I scaled through outbound, right? My audience slowly became bigger and I started generating consistent inbounds. In July, it was earlier on in April. I flew to Spain to completely focus on the product improvement, right? My product was extremely good at that time, but I needed to make improvements based on the backend, based on the fulfillment process. So I went to Spain for 2 weeks and I completely focused only on improving the product. I almost didn't have a single client in these 2 weeks because I know that you need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice money sometimes to be able to actually focus on the long term, right? Whenever you sacrifice things and you start realizing that you want to build a business for the long term, when you start realizing that building a great product is what gives you way more money over time than grabbing quick cash there or getting a quick client there, then you start realizing that you build real wealth. You build a real business that you can be proud of. And that is not what a lot of people understand. That's why I talk a lot about the fulfillment, right? The amount of time that we spend on the fulfillment is insane because I know it makes me the most amount of money, right? That is exactly what made me the most amount of money. Building a great fulfillment. People think it is getting more appointments, getting more, building better YouTube content. I still make Loom videos. This video cost me it cost me 12K on Loom per month, and it cost me 12 euros on Loom and 12 euros on Lucidchart per month. It cost me $24, right? And I can make unlimited videos if I want to, right? Like, things doesn't have to cost money. Imperfect action is better than inaction, and most people they don't take action, right? Step 10, what happened is I was consistently making 25K a month, right? I realized I was doing good. I was kind of flashed by the market and something very weird happens in a span of 2 weeks. I started switching to a B2C model, right? An appointment setting model. And it was very randomly, but I just saw all these people succeeding online, making $500 a month by selling a course. I realized like, yo, I want to do this. This seems so easy. Leveraging IG shoutouts, all these things. It was the worst decision I've ever made in my entire life, right? The amount of money that I lose out on that is tremendous, right? I started spending 7K per month on IG shoutouts, but the revenue I made decreased. I only made 15K. The months before I made 20K plus with no cost, right? I ran this for 3 months. I felt bad, right? Not the path I wanted to walk, but I was just completely like, it's hard to explain, but sometimes you get opportunities and you are in a certain position where you're capable of taking some opportunities, and it doesn't mean it always have to be the right opportunity. That was that in my case, but it was maybe good that I took it, because if I never took it, I maybe never got to understand what my actual path was, right? What happened after this is I traveled to Bali, right? That was around my third trip. I think I traveled to around, by the end of the year, I probably traveled to 12 countries, right? We're going to St. Moritz very soon, to Switzerland. St. Moritz, it's fucking insane, right? Or we go to Vienna. We're not 100% sure yet. I'm in Dubai right now. I want to go there because it's fucking insane. It's fucking aesthetic there. It's like the winter. We're going to visit castles. Like, we're going to rent Porsches. Like, you see these Instagram reels. I'm very hyped about that. It's an insane process. We go with more people, so that's very fun. July 4th, right? I was in Bali. I didn't understand why my revenue dropped. I just didn't understand, because I was just like blindfolded by the understanding that it was so easy to get B2C clients. It was so easy to build a course offer, right? And what I basically did is I was lost. I did not know what I needed to do, but I knew that a high ticket B2B offer would suit me way more. The offer that I was running before, helping people scale with booking them consistent appointments, I knew it worked because I already proved myself that it worked, right? I made 25K a month with it, right? And with the other process, I only made 50K rev with 7K costs, right? And after 3 months, I realized I made more money in a single month than in the last 3 months ultimately, right? With all the costs that I had. It was not beneficial. It was completely not fun. The clients that you work with, it's a complete headache. I still generated client results, but it's still extremely hard for me to generate client results because the amount of time that I need to spend on these people is fucking insane. And I didn't felt good about it. Right? It just doesn't seem to have like the B2C offer in the first place just doesn't seem to have these benefits, leverage, and opportunity. Trust me, don't choose what you think is the best. choose what you're the best in at, right? So I was good in appointment setting. I know I could deliver appointments for a business, and that is exactly what I did. Although I was kind of flashed, how do you say that? Like, I was kind of impressed by how some people made 500K with selling a course, but it was not my path, right? And I realized that by making the wrong decision. So making the wrong decision can be very good sometimes because it'll get you to the right ones, right? And after that process, I started rebuilding the program and asking feedback from my old clients that I had. So 3 months, I built an appointment setting program. It was like the worst decision I ever made to be able to run that offer. So I started going back to this offer, right, in July, and I started rebuilding that entire program again. And I had old clients that were succeeding extremely well within that offer. I asked feedback from these clients and I could innovate it. So slowly I started improving my product, right? I started picking it up again, like what I did from the beginning of the year. The first month in July, again, I was back to the 25K cash collected month. I think exactly was 23K cash collected in July, right? 53K in August, I doubled it. Right? And I doubled it almost again in September, right? October is our highest month yet, right? It's the start of November right now. This month, November or December, will be a fucking insane month, right? I have a prediction, and that is going to be fucking insane. The amount of revenue or profit in general that we make right now, and the amount of clients that we get, is compared to the amount of money we make is fucking insane. We have a high ticket offer. We have the best results in the market. I started innovating my product along the way, right? So started growing fast, create more attention, became extremely good at converting it. And that is what I wanted to show you here as well, right? I made this document for you so you can get to a clear understanding of how I started changing from scaling from 25K to 80K cash collected, right? In 2 months, in 3 months, 2.5 months. So like, it's not more appointments. It are not basically these things. It's getting the understanding of communicating your value to the market, because your market sees the way you communicate it. They don't see your offer. They only see your offer when they get access to the thing that they buy, right? I know people make $100,000 a month with a shit offer. They still make money. I know people that have an insane offer. Some of my clients have an insane offer. They just don't know how to communicate it. They make no money. Right? It's about how you communicate your value to the market. And that is what I explain here. A very important process, right? Controversialness and uniqueness. I'm very unique in the way I operate. And that is what sets me apart from most people, right? That is an interesting thing to think about. I was still improving my product, right? What I did is I started making results-driven actions from the start, right? And that is a very important thing that allowed me to get to the level where I'm at now, right? Right now, our business is generating complete consistent revenue, right? For 3 months already, 2 months already, right? 3 months. That's fucking insane, right? 80 to 100K cash collected. I realized the amount of money I lose out on by making a single wrong decision. It's November right now, so from January, that's 11 months, so like less than 3 months, so basically 6 to 8 months is I had a month where it just did nothing. I was just completely lost, right? Business is not fun, guys. Like, it's not, you think running a business is a complete fun. I completely disagree with that, right? It gives you the opportunity to be able to do things, and it provides the cash flow so you can live a certain lifestyle, but running a business itself is not fun. The only thing that I found fun about building a great product is that it's challenging. I like the pain. I like helping actual other people. I receive a lot of dopamine, and I really find it fulfilling receiving great feedback and great client results. When I see a client succeed and they make a 10K payment, I'm happier than I make $100,000 myself, right? 100%. That gives you way more dopamine when you see your clients succeed. And that's why it's so fun to build a great product. I realized the amount of money I lose out on by making a single wrong decision. If I didn't started pushing that appointment setting offer in these 3 months, I would be making 250K a month right now, right? If you gave me 3 more months, same for now, my goals for 2024 are painful if you hear them. You won't believe them. Right? But I know I'm going to succeed because I completely smashed my goals in 2023. Nothing is impossible. let me phrase it that way. Nothing is impossible. The amount of money that you can make and the amount of results that you can generate for yourself and for your clients, and the amount of network that you can build in a year, the amount of experience that you can gain in a year, with the amount of time that you have and the amount of leverage that you can create, is unbelievable, right? It's you won't believe it because you're not in a position where you've experienced it, right? But that is why I made this video, to let you experience that it's possible and that you can do it yourself, right? I also realized what made me actually grow. And what made me grow is that there is one thing that I never stopped doing. There is one thing in the entire year that I never stopped doing. And that is never stopped innovating my product. I always started improving it, right? I even built on my B2B product. I even made YouTube videos for my B2B product while I was making money with my B2C offer. I never stopped that. I never stopped innovating my product, asking feedback and innovating within that process. Never. And that is what allowed me to be able to succeed, because making this amount of money is, it's making your mindset realize that everything in life is possible, right? And that is what I want you to experience for free. And that is why I'm making these videos, right? So the thing that basically allowed me to scale to a 7-figure run rate at the moment, right, is focusing on more established business owners. I started charging more money. I hired a master appointment setter. This appointment setter, this growth specialist, is bringing in more money than these two guys did together. The amount of quality that I've improved on in the last 3 months is fucking insane, right? The quality of attention that we get right now, how easy we convert people right now, the client results that we get right now is from a completely different level, right? You won't understand how fast you can scale, right? Building converting content. I make the best content. I provide actual value, because if I wouldn't, you wouldn't be here. It doesn't make any sense, right? So it doesn't make any sense for you to be here if I wouldn't provide value. My clients became the best in the market, right? I started making results-driven actions from the start, right? What we do right now with our clients is every single client that joins, we start making money-driven decisions from the start, because we want them to make money first. We want them to make a return on investment in 7 days or less. So we are capable of restructuring the fulfillment and improving the mechanism as fast as possible, right? High profit, low cost, lean team. Hired a client success manager right now. I have one of the best client success managers in the market. Bro, I'm not gay, but holy shit. The amount of work that he does, I love him. He's insane. He's fucking insane. You know what I mean? The amount of work that he does for my clients, the amount of work that I do for my clients, the amount of work that we can get done together for our clients is fucking insane. Hire yourself a successful client success manager that does every single thing. I had my client success manager yesterday night hopping on at 2 a.m. with a client because he needed it. And the client was in a different time zone. It was 8 p.m. for him. He waked up to be able to get on a call with a fucking client. Isn't that insane? That is insane. Perfect fit clients, right? Start working with perfect fits. I started working with people that are perfect fit to my program, right? You're currently a perfect fit when you already got a client, right? You already have a small foundation and you want to scale. Then you're my perfect client, and I want you to book a call right now, right? Book a call right now. Introduce the equity model for existing clients. So what I do right now is I take equity. I take 8.5% for 6 months when we scale to 75K a month cash collected, right? I also have clients. I also onboarded clients that already make 50K per month to be able to scale them to 150K, right? The amount of knowledge and leverage that we have within the company right now is insane. The amount of value that I can add to certain networks is insane. And that is what gives you status, and that is what allows you to grow on a consistent basis. The last step, company running on 90% profit margin. I set up in Dubai. I paid no tax, and our company is running on a 7-figure run rate right now, right? It's an interesting story, and it's a story that is that allowed me to go through a lot of pain, if I can phrase it that way, right? If you want our help, if you feel like we can help you build this system out, if you feel like you can benefit from this system, if you feel like I'm the right person that can help you solve your problems, then book in a call right now. We'll go over the entire offer refinement done for you process, right? We'll go over the entire fulfillment process. We keep innovating it for 4 months. We install an inbound process. We install an outbound process with setters. We leverage YouTube organic. We do YouTube growth, and we leverage content asset frameworks to be able to build that consistent content, right? Then we install the appointment setter to be able to set up the entire outbound campaign, let it run smoothly, as well as we implement the systems and infrastructure for you to have no pain and no headache within the backend. Because trust me, building a proper system, building a proper infrastructure is the main thing that allows you to make 83K, right? Without having a headache every single day, right? Because you want to create leverage within your mechanism. It's an interesting process, guys. I want you to realize that it is a lot. I know I talked about a lot. I showed you guys a lot, but it's really a thing that is the most important to understand, right? Because everybody has their own journey, and everybody is getting to their destination at a certain point. And some people take a year, some people take 5 months, some people take 2 days, some people take 80 years, right? You don't know. If you don't quit, you can't lose. Keep that in mind, okay? It doesn't matter where you're at now. Most people watching my videos already have some clients, so it's good. I know a lot of you guys, if you're starting out right now, here you go, okay? Reach out to me on Instagram, Unlimited Client Results. Check all of them. Please check out my content. Check out all of my YouTube content, and you're sold. Book in a call, join the program, and we're going to skill you, okay? See you by the next video. Ciao, ciao.